What happened next felt less like a choice and more like the universe forcing two people into the same storm. She thought he was a thief trying to take advantage of her, and he thought she was just another tourist who'd misunderstand everything he did. But very quickly, they realized they were both stuck in situations bigger than themselves. She needed to escape a husband who controlled her every move, and he needed to avoid the kind of trouble that could land him behind bars. Suddenly, they weren't strangers anymore, they were partners in a situation neither of them planned. It wasn't trust that brought them together at first, but necessity. Yet even in the chaos, there was a strange comfort in knowing they had no one else to rely on but each other. Sometimes survival creates bonds that love never could, and this was the beginning of theirs. The funny thing about life is that sometimes the moments we call accidents are actually the first steps towards something we never saw coming. It all began with a simple mistake, a clumsy bump, a misplaced apology, and suddenly two completely different worlds collided in the streets of Sicily. She didn't know where she was running to, only where she needed to run from, and he didn't know why he felt the sudden urge to help a stranger with fear in her eyes. But in that instant, before either of them could understand it, fate had already taken over. Their first meeting wasn't gentle, romantic, or even friendly. It was messy, confusing, and unexpected, yet it created a spark that neither of them understood. Sometimes destiny doesn't knock softly, it pushes you right into the arms of the person who will change your life forever. Just when everything felt almost perfect, reality came crashing back in the form of the man she had been running from. Her husband's arrival shattered the calm and forced her into the hardest decision she had ever faced. For a moment, the fear she thought she had escaped wrapped around her again, reminding her of the life she once lived, the silence, the control, the emptiness. But then she looked at the faces around her, at the family who had welcomed her without asking for anything in return, and at the man who had shown her what real love and safety felt like. She realized she was standing between two worlds, one built on fear, and one built on freedom. And sometimes, life gives you just one moment to choose who you truly are. So she chose the life that made her feel alive, the love that made her feel seen, and the man who opened the door instead of closing it. Slowly, without either of them noticing at first, the place that felt chaotic and unfamiliar began to feel like something she had been searching for her entire life. The cafe, with its worn tables and fading walls, carried a warmth she had never experienced in her own home. The laughter, the arguments, the smells from the kitchen, everything wrapped around her like a feeling she didn't know she'd been missing. And as she helped revive the old recipes and watched customers return with smiles, she felt a strange sense of belonging settle into her heart. She wasn't just fixing a business, she was healing a family. And in the quiet moments between the noise, she realized she was healing parts of herself too. With every glance he gave her, every gentle touch, every unspoken thank you, something deeper began to grow between them. What she found there wasn't just comfort, it was home. As she stepped deeper into his world, the truth behind his rough edges slowly began to surface. What she first mistook for carelessness or crime was actually a quiet kind of desperation, a young man trying to carry the weight of a family that had fallen apart too soon. The cafe he fought for wasn't just a business, it was the last piece of his parents he had left. Every stolen wallet, every reckless risk, every argument with his brother came from the same place, fear of losing the only home he had ever known. And as she watched him struggle to keep everything from collapsing, something inside her shifted. She recognized that pain, the feeling of trying to survive in a life that never gave you a chance to breathe. In his brokenness, she saw a reflection of her own. And without realizing it, she began to care. When the pressure closed in from every direction, the easiest lie suddenly became their only lifeline. One moment they were arguing, and the next they were standing side by side, pretending to be engaged just to keep the police and his community from asking too many questions. It was supposed to be a quick, harmless act, something they would drop as soon as the danger passed. But lies have a strange way of revealing truths we didn't know we were hiding. The more they played the roles, the more their walls softened. She found herself drawn into the warmth of his world, a world where family meant everything, and he found himself protecting her in ways that didn't feel pretend at all. The fake engagement that began as a desperate escape slowly started to feel real, not because of the lie, but because of the connection that grew behind it.